Hi, I'm Joe from Bloomfield. Today we're going to talk about the pool spa combos we install and how to operate them. All right, we are here in Ajax, Ontario at one of the pools we installed just this summer. I wanted to show off the spa portion of this pool and all the different accessories that can be added to your pool and how you operate them. As you can see here, we have a spa built into this 26 Limitless made by Leisure Pools. Inside are 3 spa jets and there's also a suction. The rest of the pool has more accessories. We have regular returns that circulate the water in the pool, but we also have waterfall features, a bubbler, and of course all our PAL lighting. Okay, so first we're going to talk about operating the spa on this pool spa combo. It is not overly complicated. It just takes a couple of extra steps to figure out water coming in, water going out. The first way you can operate the spa is by taking the water from the pool through the skimmer, pumping it back into the spa so that it overflows into the pool. This is a great way to circulate the water in your spa, and it's also a great way to warm it up. Now, the second way you can operate it is just by operating the spa independently. Now, all the spas have a suction in the bottom of them. So 2 separate suction lines that get pulled to the pump if we manually tell it to, okay? These suctions have to be a certain distance apart for safety reasons. If one gets plugged, the other one operates so that no one can get hurt in the bottom of a spa, and that's really important to note. Now, the benefits of running it independently. It's a cold, chilly night, it's October now, and say they want to come in and get in the spa, they can control the water just independently in this spa, turn the heater up so that maybe the spa is running at, let's say, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, the pool still stays at 80. So next, let's go to the equipment, and I'm going to show you the valves, and we'll look at how to turn it from spa only to pool and spa combo. All right, so this is one of the main difference from just our pool only and then our pool spa combo pools. If you just have a pool and you don't have a spa, you do not have this 3-way valve coming out of the ground into your pump. The water just comes straight up a pipe into your pump, back to the returns or your accessories. In this case, you can see on here, we can pull the water from the spa or from the pool skimmer. This is very important to remember where you're pulling the water from, okay? So like I said before, in our first example, we are pulling the water from the pool here, back into the spa, and then the spa is overflowing. If we want to switch where we're taking the water from, we'll switch it over to spa. Now, the important thing to remember at our accessory valves is that the water must be also going into the spa. If we pull from the spa and put it into the pool, it's going to slowly drain your spa, and you're probably going to panic. If that does happen, you switch it back to pool and put the water back in your spa. It's not the end of the world, just catch it. And I'm going to show an example of what happens there in a minute. But first, let's just try to run this pool or this spa independently, okay? So I'm going to slowly move my 3-way valve from skimmer to spa. We have our pump on high so that we're getting the maximum bubbles in our spa. But right now we're pulling from the skimmer, and then we'll go over here on the valves and I'll show you how the water's returning. So as I said, with this pool, we have many accessories. We have waterfall, we have our bubbler or fountain, we have the water being returned to the spa, and we have the water being returned to the pool. A valve up and down means it's on. So right now we're focusing all our water, all our heat, everything to our spa running independently because our waterfall is off, our fountain is off, and our pool is off. Okay, so now our spa is operating independently. You'll see a little bit of water coming through the overflow, but that's only from the splashing. At this point when you're in the pool, it's good to keep an eye on the spa. Make sure that the water isn't dropping rapidly because then you know your valves are in the wrong direction. But at this stage, the way we have it set, the water in this spa is heating up quite rapidly to enjoy just the spa only. Next, I'm going to show you what happens if we take water from the spa and put it on pool jet instead of spa jet. Okay, this is one thing I want to point out that anyone with the pool spa combo has on their pool. This is what we call a snorkel. On your spa jets, when the way we get those little bubbles coming through the pool is by air being cycloned down into the pool through this thing. So if you hear a gurgling noise or anything like that, don't be concerned. This is normal operation. If this gets plugged, put your hand on it, the air stops. I can feel it pulling my hand in. And you are also losing all your bubbles in the spa. So just keep an eye on this, but don't be concerned if you hear anything. That's it working properly. Okay, back over here at our valves. Remember, we have water being pulled from the spa, coming through all of our equipment and entering the pool or spa back through these valves. We had set it to go from spa to run independently. Now let's say you forgot and you're done with the spa and you come over and you turn your spa off and you turn your pool on. So when the valves are in this position, the water is being pulled from the spa into the pool and not the spa. So let's go have a look at what's happening at our spa. So as you can see, the water is dropping quite rapidly. It's only been 10 seconds or so since I came from the pool equipment. This is something you can quickly catch and just switch the valves back over and we can fill the spa back up. But this will drain in probably under a minute when you have the pump on high. If it's on low, it drains very slow, so you might miss it. So just keep an eye on this. This is really the only thing that can go wrong with your pool spa combo. Just keep an eye on where water's coming from and where water's going to. All right, so if this scenario happens to you, this is the quick way to fix it. Come back over to where your water is coming from. Switch it from spa to skimmer. Right, so now our water is coming back from our skimmer, but we are still circulating back into our pool. So now we have to go back to our valves. And we need to switch these valves back. So we're gonna now fill up our spa. So I always open one first and then close the other one. So now water is coming from our pool into the spa. All right, as you can see, the spa is filling back up now. We're pulling water from the skimmer into the spa jets. It will fill up, overflow back into the pool, running at a regular circulation. All right, one last thing to go over with the spa before we switch to our pool accessories. So right now I have all the water flowing from the pool to the pool. The spa is completely independent and off right now. This little tool right here is for taking your jets in and out. Now, if you hire a closing company, you don't need one of these. This is specific for end of season and startup, okay? So I wanna take one apart and just show you quickly something that can go wrong in the spring. Quick little fix, but I want you to know what's happening. Let's go down here, goes in the jet, and you can unscrew it. So I'm taking basically the pool or the spa jet out. This is how you make your jet stronger or weaker. You can turn them off, tighten them. You can see at the back here how this is opening up. These are what lets the air and water in. But now, okay, so I reach deep in this jet. There's this one white ring. Its job is to seat the spa jet inside the housing. Come spring, if this was left in its holder and goes missing in the dirty leafy water, what happens is the water and air does not get separated because the jet is not seated properly, and water is actually going to come out of your snorkel on the other end when you turn the spa on. So this simple little white ring is important to ask your closing company about and make sure they have them. A lot of them will take it, because there's already one in this one as well, there's two, and they just put them both in that piece for the winter. And then in the spring, it goes back inside, then your jet, then the ring, tighten it as tight as you can get. So next, let's talk about all the accessories or returns we have going into this pool. We've already touched on how to send water to the spa and to the pool. Okay, right now just the pool is running, but we also need to use our accessories. So the fountain is what we call the bubbler, and then we have our waterfalls. So as you saw on the pump side of things, we're pulling 2 inches of water. 2-inch pipe is coming into our pump, coming through all of our regular system that you watched in the other videos: filter, pump, heater, salt chlorinator, okay? If we were to open all 4 of these valves, we are asking that pump to give us way too much water, okay? So right now we have pool, fountain, waterfall, and our pump is on low. So let's open this up and see what happens. So let's open our fountain, we open our waterfall, and the pool's already open. So now let's go look at the pool. As you can see, we are asking for too much water than the pump can produce for us right now. The fountains are barely trickling. There's a little bit of flow in the pool. Our bubbler's working okay, but it's certainly not to the extent that it can work. So what we need to do is decide, what can we turn off, or can we turn the pump speed up and see if we can find everything working better. Right now our spa is completely off. So we're only using 3 of our 4 accessories, but it's just not enough water to feed them all. So let's go back over and look at the pump and come up with some things we can do to make these run better. So a great first step in learning how all this works is by adjusting your speeds. Right now we're running at like speed 1 or 2, it's like 1950 RPM. Let's crank this pump up to speed 4 and see what kind of production we can get out of it on the other end. So speed 4, over. Now we have a lot more RPM, a lot more water is flowing, and you'll see the waterfalls are working much better. There's a little bit of breeze in here today that's blowing them. Our bubbler still isn't as good as it can be, but we have great flow in the pool. So now we can start asking ourselves, what do we need running right now? Are we out here just sitting, listening to the water flow? Are we playing in the pool? Because I think we could get more flow out of our waterfall and our bubbler if we just reduce the amount of water coming into the jets. The water is circulating good enough while we're out here. When we're all done with our accessories, we put all the circulation back into the pool. But while we're enjoying these accessories, it's not the end of the world to turn the returns off, or the jets. Okay, so waterfall, full blast. Bubbler, full blast. To pool, full blast. Why don't we just reduce it? Get a little bit of water flow, but cut it down so that I can already hear the waterfalls are flowing better. Let's go have a look. Okay, you can see our waterfall is working great now. We still have a little bit of circulation coming out of our jets, and our bubbler is working okay. The bubbler you can control independently. If you want it to shoot out of the water that high, just put all the water flow just to the fountain or bubbler, okay? The one issue I have right now is our spa is sitting stagnant, meaning the water isn't moving, it's not flowing. That's not your ideal Saturday afternoon with the family. So how I would run this if this was my pool is I would put the water on in the spa so that it is overflowing into the pool. So we're getting circulation from the pool, it's coming, or from the spa, it's coming into the pool. We also have our accessories going. So let's go try that. All right, we are turning the pool completely off. I'm going to open the spa halfway. We do not need a lot of water going through it if we're just sitting by the pool. Now, if we were sitting in the spa and enjoying it, well, let's operate it independently, crank it up, turn off maybe our bubbler to increase some flow. You know, we're probably going to want to keep your waterfalls on. So why don't we try that? Let's turn our bubbler off. We'll get our spa going, full blast, waterfall full blast. This is probably how I would sit in my spa at night and enjoy it, okay? All right, so now the spa is operating properly. We could be sitting in here listening to our waterfalls. The water is clean inside the spa, flowing into the pool, the same as the waterfalls. So we have great circulation. Everything is staying nice and clean and circulated for our day. Lastly, how I would operate my pool when I'm not using it. So like during the week when you're at work, what I would do is turn off all my accessories. Turn off your waterfalls, turn off your bubbler. You should only have your waterfalls running when you're out here enjoying them. Unfortunately, what a waterfall is really good at is adding oxygen into your pool, which then causes algae. So you do not want to run it overnight. It also causes a lot of evaporation, okay? So regular operation while you're at work, spa on half valve, pool returns on full valve, pump on low. And we'll show you that before we wrap up. All right, so now I want to turn our pump down into its regular operating mode. I'm going to go down to speed 2, hit the arrow like it asked me to. Now our flow is much slower. I'm going to go over here to the valves. I'm going to turn off my waterfall completely, fountain off completely, pool on 100%, and let's go spa down to half. We just want enough water trickling into the spa to circulate the water and overflow slightly. The large body of water in the pool requires the most circulation. All right, that concludes our video on our pool spa combo and how to use it. Don't forget to check out our other videos for any help or assistance you need with your leisure pool installed by Bloomfield.